Welcome back to Channel 8 News. This week, we look back at some of our best work throughout the season and some not so serious moments in the studio. Your Channel 8 News starts right now. Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 News, the show where we provide the latest news coverage on the Northwest Missouri State University campus and in the Maryville community. I'm Jillian McNamara. Before we get into this season's last episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all the latest news as well as other KNWT content. Earlier this semester, Dominic Ocampo covered the Exercises Medicine event. He walked through all the health tests to get a deeper look at what they were trying to accomplish. Let's take a look.
Today I'm at the Student Union to see if exercise really is medicine. Northwest is putting on an event open to the public, and I'll put myself through various health tests to assess a plan catered to my health. So can you tell me about what's going on over here right now?
Yes, so at this station we're going to be testing your body composition. So it's going to tell you your BMI and then your fat percentage and then also your muscle percentage and your water percentage as well.
After checking my body mass index, I then underwent a bone density test to measure how strong my bones are.
Go ahead. Okay, so this will measure your bone density. So you can go ahead and put your foot in their heel all the way in the back.
All right. And can you tell me why bone density is important? Like, why is that something I should care about?
Yeah, so you want to make sure that you are understanding the health of your bones as well as everything else that you're doing. So this is just another test that if you are at high risk, you can go to the doctor and make sure that you're all set straight on everything. So this will measure your bone density. So it's just going to squeeze your ankle a little bit. Okay. It won't be painful at all. And then it will give you a number, and that number tells you how high of risk you're at for any issues.
The last test I performed was measuring my blood pressure, which is very important to be aware of at a young age to prevent any future complications.
Yeah, so go ahead and take off your jacket here.
Awesome.
And that way it'll be easiest for me to hear it.
Yeah. And can you tell me why we should be mindful of our blood pressure?
Sure. So at this age, most of us are college age in our mid to late 20s. Finding out now is going to prevent a lot of later complications with your health. So if you find out now, especially if you have a family history of high blood pressure, heart problems, if you find out now, you're most likely to prevent something from happening later on. If we detect now that you have a low bone density, then you can go to your doctors and talk about it more.
Sure.
And then just prevent health complications from happening later on in life.
After going through all of the tests they had on display, I caught up with Northwest professor Dr. Tina, who oversaw the whole event, and found out more about the health fair being held.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tina, and I am a professor here in Applied Health Sciences. And the reason we're having this exercise testing fair today is really to help students become aware of where they're at while they're here still in school from a physical activity perspective. And so Exercises Medicine is a program that we're a registered campus. It's a worldwide program between American College of Sports Medicine and American Medical Association. So what that means is it's an opportunity for our students that are in our program to begin to get hands-on experience performing the skills that they're learning in the classroom to then be able to come out and share this physical activity message with fellow Bearcats.
The Exercises Medicine Health Fair was a great way to find out more about my personal health and is something students here should consider participating in. They anticipate to be back here in the spring. For the stories that matter to you, this has been Dominic Ocampo at Channel 8 News.
Like Dominic mentioned, if you missed this semester's event, there will be another in the spring semester. Your health is important, and here at Channel 8 News, we care about our viewers. In other news, Jacob Mustard attended the Brad LeDuc Lecture and Reception, where he took a deep look at what LeDuc does. Let's take a blast from the past and take a look.
Northwest Missouri State University hosted the Artists Who Teach featuring Brad LeDuc in the Olive DeLuce Fine Arts Building. Brad LeDuc has spent the last 22 years in the classroom as a K-12 art educator and is a high school art teacher at Washburn Rural School in Topeka, Kansas.
Well, in Topeka, if you're an artist or you're into art education, you've heard of Brad LeDuc. He's really well known in that community. And so a lot of people told me, oh, you need to meet Brad, you need to meet Brad. And then when I did meet him, it was more of a like, I just was jumping into his classroom, and I was so just impressed with how focused his kids were and how he interacted with them in this really kind of non-performative way. It was like a genuine, caring, kind of just this projection of love and light to each of the students. And I just thought, wow, this is amazing. What is he doing? And then the work is so professional that he's getting out of the kids too. Yeah, that's how I met Brad.
Art is often an overlooked subject in school, but it can reach a certain audience. Here are some of the most enjoyable reasons for teachers in art education.
Boy, I think the most enjoyable part for me is just relationships and getting to know kids on a more personal level. And then, after those relationships are established, seeing them, develop and create a voice through their work. It's definitely one of the highlights of teaching for sure.
I think the most enjoyable part is when students realize they've discovered something within themselves that they didn't know was there.
At this event, Brad shared some of his students' art projects from the previous years as examples of his teaching, but he also ranked the art projects that were put into the exhibition for this event. There were a lot of great pieces in the Duluth art exhibit which students were able to walk around and view after the presentation. During the presentation, there were some impactful messages that were shared from Brad, including his Unsung Heroes project.
The first one that comes to me is his Unsung Heroes project, where he focused on someone in the school and he had his students decide, who do we want to celebrate? I just thought that was such a wonderful idea, and how they all collaborated to make a portrait of that person. And I also liked that he was having students do really challenging things like installation and looking up statistics that they would explore through art to communicate a message to and about society. I felt like both of those things were just mind-blowing.
Make sure to check the Northwest Missouri State University events calendar to find similar events to this one. To wrap things up, we'll leave you with Brad's favorite quote from Michelangelo.
But one of his quotes, he said, something of the sorts of, my work wouldn't seem that great at all if people knew how hard I work, And I think it's like that with a lot of people who are successful artists, whatever it is they do. But a lot of times there's a lot going on behind the scenes that makes them successful, at least for the people that I look up to. So,
for the stories that matter to you, I'm Jacob Mustard with Channel 8 News.
The Olive Duluth Fine Arts Building is constantly holding art galleries, so be on the lookout for some more next semester. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of our not-so-serious moments here in the studio. You're watching Channel 8 News on KNWT TV.
All right, that was good, y'all. It's in the breakdown set. Hey, welcome to Nerd Central, your one-stop shop for anything movies, TV shows, and even the latest celebrity news.
From the newest releases and even your local film festival, we'll have it all right here.
We're here to uncover the Easter eggs that you might have missed, and even the secret plot lines that you might not have picked up on. Right here, we'll uncover the mysteries on Nerd Central. Launching Wednesdays at 6 on KNWT TV.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. We try every week to be as serious as possible and bring you the latest news coverage. But we're not as serious as we always look. Here's what goes on behind the scenes.
On this week's episode of Channel 8 News, I'm your host, Dylan Davis, and this is your host, Jillian McNamara.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the latest news and updates.
Yeah. This is our home too, and we're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
Hello, well, my fee. Yeah, what, Will? What? Hey, Tristan, can you stop talking to us now? Thank you.
About homecoming is the way Northwest.
This is it, Will Murphy. I'm alone. I'm alone. Slow it down. Nobody's ever told me my Hey, I may have a 4th grade comprehension level, but don't talk to me like that.
Settle down, settle down. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Will, he's breaking the rules again.
Will, look at him. Look at him, Will. It's not me, it's him.
Will, it's a serious step. Language, Dylan. Well, it's been a good run. To all my fans.
Guess it's Jillian McNamara with Channel 8 News now. Well, that's all the time we have for Channel 8 News this week and this season. This is Jillian McNamara signing off. Thanks for watching and join us next season.